looking at me and is not talking. Almost everybody is ready. I am Miss J. Miss Rogers introduced me last week. And I need someone to read the letter. Who's next? I believe she started in the middle. Brett. Not here. Not this class.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I mixed those up.
Let's start over. Indamar? Do you want to read it or do you want to pass? Okay.
Good morning, fifth grader. Today in the library we're going to refresh your memory about using destiny quiz on the iPad. We will work together as a class to walk through the field of destiny quiz searches, and then you will break up into small groups and work on destiny quiz scavenger hunt. You will come to the rug after the scavenger hunt to see how everyone found their answers. There will be ample time at the end of class for browsing box. Search of Miss J and Miss Rogers.
Great job. Okay, so order of events. We did the letter already. We're going to review Destiny Quest all together really quickly so that you guys can get to the fun part, which is a 5-minute scavenger hunt. There'll be a time limit. See how far you can get through the questions. Then we're going to come back after the scavenger hunt and do a recap and see how people found the answers. Then there's going to be time for browsing bar at the end, and I'm also going to have an activity for once you've picked out your book. If there's something you can do for me. Okay, so now we're going to look at Destiny Quest all together. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, how many people remember using Destiny Quest last year? Anyone used it over the summer or since you came back to school? How many people remember using the catalog last week? Okay, so when your group gets your iPad today, this is what it will look like. What am I going to press on to get to Destiny Quest? Someone want to point it out to me? Everyone's pointing here. Exactly. So right away, it looks quite different than the online catalog. I think there's some things we should notice right away. Is there anything that pops out to you that looks different?
Search bar is really in the middle, it's at the top, and they already show the top 10 books.
They show books right away, which is kind of handy. And those are the top 10 books that are circulating in the library. Those books are the ones that are going out and coming back the most. And can you tell by looking at it if they're here or not?
Yeah,
If they're in the library? Where do I look for that? You want to tell me?
on the box, right?
The box is either, it's red if it's out, it's green if it's in. I personally think that's a lot easier than the online catalog, the way it looks, because you can see it right away. And I can also click over here and see what's new in the library. And you can actually look at the covers and see if it's what's new and what's in. You can scroll down. Okay, so let's do a little searching. Let's say I only read graphic novels. So, did you guys know you can just type in graphic novels? And not only can you type in graphic novels and get results, but look, what does that mean?
100.
What does 159 mean?
Books.
How-
That many books.
That many books where?
In the graphic novels.
Yeah. So are they all in right now? No, not necessarily. But there's 159 graphic novels in this library. And we can look through here and figure out what's in, which I think is pretty handy. Okay, I'm just showing you some things I think you might not know. What if you wanted to read an ebook on the iPad? Most of these you can read on the iPad, but what if you don't know a title, you just know you want an ebook? books are there?
85.
How many?
55.
55. That's right. It's hard to read. It's very small. Okay, so you can actually scroll through here and see, and most of these you should be able to read on the iPad. I'm not going to go into it right now because I want to keep going.
Oh, there's infinity.
Okay, so let's look for, we look for graphic novels, we look for ebooks. I'm going to look for something else. You guys ready to go on? I'm going to pick it, but let's say I only like Rick Riordan's books. I want to read one of his. Let's see what's in the library. So this is true for Destiny Quest and for the online catalog. Spelling, unfortunately, still counts. So you have to be able to spell his name correctly. But if you spell Riordan correctly, you can see what's here, what we have, and what's actually in the library. But what if I can't remember his last name? Or if I can't remember how to spell it? What if I just tried his first name? What if I only remembered his first name? Do you think it'll come up with anything? Yeah. It came up with some other things that weren't related, but it actually did come up. What if you can't remember the author? What's something else you might try? The title? Or I think the title would work great. I'm stretching it. I'm trying to challenge you. What else might you use if you can't remember? Who's the main character? What do you think?
Well, you can do,
Do you guys need to relocate? Gentlemen?
Ichima, put that down.
Itamar, put that away.
You can try by subject, yeah. I'm going to try, just for fun, I'm going to see what happens if I type in Percy Jackson. Because I remember his name, but I don't remember the author's name. And look, it already knows that there's 9 books. So you can try whatever you remember about the books. You can try it. And I'm not saying it'll work, but you can give it a try. Okay, so let's say, now we're moving on. We're doing some research on frogs. We want books on frogs. We can look at the covers. I want to show you what happens if you want to find out a little bit more information. Could you find those books with just the information that's there? What do you have here? What do you have? You have the cover, you have the title, and the author. But could you find it on the shelf with just that? You need something else. Does anyone remember what the other thing you need is?
the number or the decimal?
Yeah, exactly. It's called the call number, but the number. So I'm going to go into this one, and you can see there's the call number. And you can see something else that I really like. What if you want to find, if you like this book, and you might like some others, it gives you suggestions. So what if we looked at one of the suggestions? You can just touch it and go into a different book. And there's all the information you need to find it on the shelf. Okay, that was our quick review. I'm going to switch back really quick to the projector, because before we break up into groups, I want to talk about how the scavenger hunt is going to work. Okay, so I will project the groups up on the board, but I want to talk a little bit about what's it going to look like when you're working in a group of 2 or 3 with an iPad today? How are you going to work together? What are your ideas?
Hopefully you're going to work well together and both sharing ideas, asking questions.
Yeah, is one person going to use the iPad the whole time? No. Is one person going to do all the writing the whole time?
You have a scribe then.
Wait, maybe.
Today I'd like everyone to have a chance answering answering at least one of the questions and doing the iPad work. It'd be ideal if you get to do 2 or 3 of the questions, okay? Does that make sense?
All of them.
Do you have a comment?
Yeah, how many questions are there?
There are 5 questions, and you'll have 5 minutes. So it's very important that you know there's going to be a time limit, and when I ring the chime at the end, you need to come back to the rug, put your iPad away, put your pencil away, and sit down with your group, because I might have your group come up and explain how you found your answer. Okay, so when you hear the chime, what are you guys going to do?
The iPad away and come back to the rug.
Exactly. Okay, great. So now we're going to switch over, and I'm going to put your groups up here, and you're going to... So here are the iPads. Every group gets 1 iPad. Every group gets 1 pencil there in this basket. And these are the scavenger hunts. How many does a group need? How many pieces of paper? Uno. 1 piece. Okay? So 1 per group. 1 iPad, 1 piece of paper, 1 pencil. Very easy to remember.